Welcome to the complete comic book history of the Dark Knight. I am Salazar Knight and this is year 15 in the history of Batman. The change was coming and the traditional crime-fighting stories started to disappear. Instead, the Batman writers and artists try to come up with creative ideas, but creative doesn't always mean good. We start off with Detective Comics 195, in which Batman is forbidden to use the name Batman or the Batsuit, because the original Batman appears in the city. This person is in fact a circus acrobat who claims that he had been using the Batman name and costume even before Batman existed. Of course, by the end of the story everything returns to normal, but what's interesting is that the design used for this Acro-Batman is very similar to the Batman from the first year. Do you remember? Of course you do, because you have already watched the first episode of the Golden Bat. And just like the first year of Batman, the first episode of the Golden Bat is a bit raw. In Detective Comics 197, the first Batman hater in history appears, and he's just as lame as everyone else who hates Batman. In Detective Comics 198, Batman has to solve a mystery in Scotland, and as the phrase goes, when in Rome, Batman wears a kilt. In Scotland. Boy, you can feel the Silver Age coming closer. And now a fun fact from Batman number 78. The first story introduces a character that is called the Manhunter from Mars. Ra Khan was a Martian, but after this appearance he was never seen again. However, this character could be the first draft or inspiration for the Martian Manhunter, who appeared just a couple of years later. In Batman number 79, Batman and Vicky Vale are about to get married, but they are faking the engagement so Vicky could avoid marrying an important politician. By the end of the story, Vicky tries to turn the fake engagement into something real, but Batman manages to get the idea out of her head. Worth saying, Vicky becomes the prime target of some criminals who want to get to Batman through her. This would be the first time in which Batman's close relationship with a woman would place that person in danger, and this concept has been used many times in Batman's history, and also in many other superhero relationships as well. Although it is a lame excuse nowadays, it worked back then. Next, there's Batman number 81, and as you can see by the cover, this issue has another Two-Face story. This one is about the return of Harvey Dent as Two-Face after an accident damages his face in half again. This story is quite interesting because it has certain similarities with the Two-Face from Batman the Animated Series. In this story, Harvey Dent's face is disfigured during an explosion caused by some criminals, which is exactly what happens in the episode Two-Face Part 1. Also in this story, Two-Face captures Batman and Robin and ties them to a giant coin, which he would later flip and kill them. This same scheme was used in the episode Almost Got Him, where Two-Face ties Batman to a giant coin and he flips it, hoping to crush Batman. However, in both the stories, Batman manages to break free and capture Two-Face. This story is also the last appearance of Two-Face in the aftermath of the Golden Age, and he will not appear again until 20 years later in Batman number 234. In Detective Comics 205, we learn the origin of the Batcave. As it turns out, Bruce Wayne discovered the place by accident after he fell down a hole near his house. As he was exploring the cave, Bruce learned that one of the tunnels had a direct connection to his house. Bruce then decided to use the place as his secret base of operations and created a secret entrance in his home, behind the grandfather clock. This is the first concept of Bruce finding the Batcave after falling through a hole, only that in modern versions, this happens when Bruce was a kid. Also, it is important to mention that this version of Bruce Wayne buys his house, which means that this is not the Wayne Manor that has been around for generations. In fact, that version of Wayne Manor doesn't exist in the Earth 2 universe. And finally, there's Batman number 82, which is just a weird story because Batman gets real bat wings that help him fly like a bat. As I said, creative ideas, but poorly executed. That is year 15 in a nutshell. There is just one more year before the Silver Age officially starts, and we are taking a look at the last events of the gap, because this is the complete comic book history of Batman, and if you don't want to miss any detail, go ahead and subscribe for the complete price of $0, or maybe watch the Golden Bat, the first and most weird series of this channel.